So guys, I'm diving straight into this video topic, and I'm going to explain why narcissists hate you when you are happy. Narcissists hate people that are happy, and I mean hate. And I know there's a narc watching this video. I know for a fact. Just take it easy on me, okay? Don't hate me. Don't hate me. But listen, so the reason why narcissists hate you, because you're happy. They hate happy people because happy people have something within themselves that narcissists just do not have right now. It's not that they can't have it, they don't have it right now, so they hate you for that. And when I do these topics, some of them are pretty dark topics, okay? We get into depth. We can almost feel the evil as we speak, but we are exposing the truth. It helps people. It's what we're doing. I could be somewhere right now just kicking it with somebody. Let's go, brother. Just whatever. Laughing, smiling, having a good time. This is not that moment. Some people's like, oh, you should smile more, Joel. You should smile. Listen, you want to see me smile? Let's go grab a coffee. Let's do something, because you'll see me smile then. You'll see, you'll see a different side of me. But in this video, guys, in videos like this, it's pretty serious. I just can't sit here smiling to ear to ear as I'm doing this video. That would just feel weird. That would feel very uncomfortable and weird as I'm doing a topic like this. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. You want to see me smile? Let's go get a coffee, is what I'm saying. But anyways, people in general, narcissists or not, forget about that for a second. People in general, for the majority of the time, and you know what, if there's people that you have something that they want but they don't have, and they have the empathy enough to not hate you for it, and they see it as like, they like congratulate you for it, or they're just genuinely happy for you, that's a rare thing. And that is a good thing. But for narcs, they're never going to be that way. They're never going to be that way. And there's a lot of people that are just jealous in general for the things that you might have that they do not have. And it's stupid. It's stupid. It makes no sense, and you're only making it certain that you're never going to have those things. So you can't be in a state of mind of hate and think you're going to get your way with something when you're not. If you hate somebody because they have something that you don't have, like I said, you're making it certain that you will never have that thing. You can't get that thing. You can't be in an abundant state of mind. You cannot attract that thing to yourself. If you hate that, it's just not going to work. That's just how the world works. It's the law of nature. It's the law of karmas and everything else. So if you want better, you have to become better in an area that you want better in, if that makes sense. If you want to be a better carpenter, you have to become a better carpenter first. If you want to be a carpenter, period, you have to become a well-rounded carpenter, which means you go to school, you learn, you get the skills to become this. You don't hate on a carpenter because they are a carpenter in this moment, making their own money, doing their own thing. You become a carpenter. You put in the work. You can't look at somebody else and just think they were given that and, oh, that's who they are. I want to be that, but I can't get that. Guess what? They put in the work. You did not. If you want to be happier, you put in the work. For narcissists, if you want to be happier, go to therapy. Learn what is wrong. Look in the mirror. Take accountability, because these people lack accountability. They cannot be accountable as to why things are the way they are. They just do what they feel 24/7. And if you do what you feel 24/7, when you are a messed up individual to begin with, you're going to do messed up things from now to the rest of eternity. And that's just how it's going to be. It starts with you. If you can get things right, you can make things right. If you can never get yourself right, forget about it. You're forever going to be under a dark cloud. You're forever not going to get things right. And this is just the truth. It starts with realizing what is wrong. And guys, there was a lot of things wrong. In the past with myself, I fixed so many things. Why are things the way they are right now is a lot of questions I had in my own head. In the past, and it's like, I figured it out. I figured it out. I changed what I needed to change. I made adjustments. I made the adjustments. I took the accountability. There's a lot of things that wasn't even my fault, but guess what? There's a lot of things that isn't her fault. There's a lot of narcs that are narcs, and it might not even have been their fault. They kind of just turned out that way because of their circumstances. And that is understandable. But you have to take accountability. You can't just be this bitter, angry person forever. You must take accountability. There were things in the past that have made me angry and bitter. I took accountability. I no longer hate people that did me so wrong and dirty. I actually feel empathy for them, but you cannot come around me to a certain extent either, because it's like, I'm not ever going to let you do what you did. But from a distance, there's that empathy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you really have to, you just have to learn how things really are, and how things really work, how the world works, how you are, how you can improve. There's a lot of living, a lot of learning to do. And if you don't do a lot of those two things, you may never grow. You may never become the person that you're supposed to be. And if you're not the person you're supposed to be, there's going to be holes, there's going to be gaps, there's going to be these voids. And if you want to fill those things, you have to learn and you have to grow constantly, consistently, every single day. You got to be putting the work. You got to be putting in the work, brother. That's the only way anything is ever going to happen. And you have to put in the work in the right areas, what needs to be worked on, instead of looking at what somebody else has and being mad. If you can look at what other people have and have empathy towards it and congratulate them, not even congratulate them, just sort of like, that's good that you have those things and you're genuine about it. There's nothing wrong with that. You're in a good place. But you are not in a good place if you cannot be in that state of mind. Even if you have something, even if someone does have something that you want but you don't have. There's a lot of people in the world that have things that I want that I don't have, but I don't hate them. I feel nothing. Like, I don't feel anything towards them. They did what they did to get what they got. There's some people in this world that's luckier than others. They were just born, like, it was just destined for them to have certain things. You might get them someday. You might get the things you want someday. You might not. But one thing is certain. We all have a story. We all have a life. We're all going to have what we're going to have. There's somebody that always has it worse than you. I walked in to Tim Hortons today to grab a medium coffee, and there was a lady in a wheelchair. Just think about that for a second. You are blessed. There's somebody that always has it worst. And there's always somebody that's going to look at you and hate you for what you have. And that's just what don't make sense to me. How, like, you are in a very bad place in your mind. If that is you, you're always going to be forever ungrateful. I had nothing at one point. Little to nothing. And the reason why I was grateful in that moment is because I knew I still had a hell of a lot more than a huge percentage of the world does not have. My own place, a roof over my head, proper food. I have warmth, I have shelter, I have a gym membership, and this was years ago. But I didn't have much extra. I had just enough. And it's still a lot more than a lot of people have, and this is what some people will never understand or think about. And it's just something that you should. Because if you can be grateful for what you have right now, you are certain to attract more. And that's just the truth. It's just the truth. But narcissists are forever ungrateful. Always after what they don't have. There's nothing wrong with going after something that you want, but it's the way they do it. It's the way they think about it. It's the way they hate on those who have something that they don't have. It's the things they're willing to do to really ruin people is what creates the problems. Their unhealthy way of life, their unhealthy mindset, them not taking accountability. If they do something wrong, it was because of this and this and this. No. You can't be that way. Because you're putting the blame on something else as to why you did something very bad to somebody else. This happened to me. Somebody blames somebody else for what someone did to me. That has nothing to do with the other person. You're blaming them and you're trying to put the blame on somebody else for what you did to me. For example, you can't do that. If a girl did me wrong and I did another girl very wrong, let's say, I'm not going to look at that girl and be like, well, I did that because she did this to me. That is stupid. That is stupid. You don't do anybody wrong to begin with. You have to be the one that breaks that curse if somebody does you dirty. You don't go around and do somebody else dirty because they did that to you. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs are still wrong. Where's the right here? There's no right at all. That's the problem with this world. That's the problem with this society. There's a lot of people like that today. They just can't take accountability. They can't be the one that just, you know what, they put both feet down and say, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. Screw you, screw everybody. I'm going to do the right things. Forget everything else. I'm going to do the right things. And this is where it all starts. This is where I put myself. I put myself in exactly that position. And that is a winning position. So, you have the choice.